Hi guys, it's me again. My name is Blagogee of Blagogee.com. If you're new here, kindly subscribe to this channel. Click on the notification bell and subscribe to this channel at any time. We drop the content. We come with authentic stories. We wait for our checks and balances before we come out, and then we tell you what it entails in terms of what is trending in our Ghanaian entertainment industry. So let's move straight into what we are going to talk about, or what is trending. I mean, a lot of stuff are trending, but let's talk about this. Now, Shatta Wale, did something at the police headquarters, and what did he do? Guys, Charlie. Now, on quick news today, the police headquarters welcome our creative act industry here in Ghana. Includes the musician, all the fraternities, whether you're a musician, actor, comedian, whatever it is that you find yourself doing, provided it's part of our fraternities, provided it's part of the creative art industry, loads of people were welcome, including bloggers, journalists, and a lot of, host of others. Now, if it will be recorded on their social media platform, which is the Ghana Police Service. They share pictures of they having a closed-door meeting with, the Ghana Football Association, and also, the Christian Council of Ghana. They did well to have, a tete-a-tete in terms of the IGP and his entourage, and also, his executive. They had a meeting with them to find out, one way or the other. It depends on the fraternity you find yourself in. When you are in the sports, maybe there will be a dialogue between you. But I am talking about what happened to yesterday on the 10th November. That was Wednesday. What happened at the police headquarters. We waited for everything to settle before I come out to say I come out to bring you the gist in terms of what really happened. No sensationalism, like I always say. No sensationalism when it comes to me giving you the news or whatever it is that happened. Now, let me move straight to this. In this our space, I don't know how to put it, but there is a summary on Facebook written by Mr. Fred Mensah. One of the stewards when it comes to our entertainment industry. An ace music producer, and he has done a lot in our entertainment industry. He has unveiled many talents, done a lot of works for, done a lot of works when it comes to our entertainment industry here in Ghana. Let me summarize it that way. But I read what he wrote on his Facebook page, but I feel in a way there might be some miscommunication in terms of the Shatta Wale issues with the IGP or with the police. When it comes to the meeting that they had, because I feel whilst the meeting was ongoing, according to the post that was shared on Facebook, whilst the meeting was ongoing, there were rules and regulations governing the meeting, which was no phones were allowed, or no phones were supposed to be filming whatever it is that was happening. And as usual, our two biggest musicians here in Ghana, talk about the two exes, Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy. They got into the premises very late, and whilst the meeting was ongoing, Shatta Wale tried. Fred Amugi was on the floor talking, and Shatta Wale tried to pull out his phone to record. What Fred Amugi was saying, because according to Shatta, he felt that the veteran actor Fred Amugi was saying was really, really important, that he wanted to keep it in his archives so that he can watch and listen to whatever it is that the veteran actor was saying. But it was rather unfortunate, whilst he pulled out his phone to film what Mr. Fred Amugi was saying, and then the police interrupted with him and he said no phones were. So it was there the place became silent, and I think they said in the report Shatta Wale got furious and then he walked out. Let's dive straight into what Mr. Fred Mensah wrote. So Mr. Fred Mensah said, setting the record straight, Shatta Wale's behavior at the IGP and Creative Arts meeting. Now he says, today, we the people in the creative arts were invited by the IGP, Dr. George Akuffo Dampare, and his able leadership at the Ghana headquarters in Accra to deliberate on issues affecting the creative people. Abeku Santana was the one in charge of communication, into bracket MC, between the IGP and the creatives. It was made point clear that since it was a private discussion, no recording by any individual with the exception of the police, would be allowed. Coming out of the meeting and seeing some videos on the social media shows that some people broke protocols and did not adhere to the warning. So based on what he wrote, he said, even though, with what, Mr. Dampare and his entourage or his executive said, I don't know what jargon they use when it comes to the executives, I don't know, or with his men, yes, let me put it that way, said most celebrities do not adhere to the rules. Because I saw some videos and other things on social media some celebrities were on the floor talking. So let me continue with paragraph 3. It says, Shatta Wale and his team, comprising of Stonebwoy, Bulldog, and other 2 guys, entered the police conference room late while the discussions were ongoing. No announcement was further made on his arrival for anybody not to record the proceeding, so Shatta might not had any idea about the instruction given. He and Stonebwoy were sitting in front of me and 2 of his colleagues beside me, with Dada Kwekudua next to my right and Bulldog just behind Dada KD. Now, it continues. It says, the paragraph 4, it says, it was a serene atmosphere until Shatta started recording unknowingly because he wasn't briefed about the prohibition not to record. A police officer who sat adjacent to Shatta beckoned him to stop recording, and the infuriated Shatta started talking at the top of his voice, looking very furious about the disrespect the officer had shown him. I felt uncomfortable, so were others. He was signaled to behave and his anger further escalated. It was here that a topmost senior officer in the person of Kofi Boakye, I have forgotten his rank into bracket, rose up to the occasion to rebuke Shatta to show respect to the police and other people present since he was in their jurisdiction, though invited. He was whisked away from the hall, and I saw A+, Socrates Safo, and other people go outside to cool tempers. He was later brought back inside the hall and was given the microphone to vent his frustration. He made some cogent points and walked to the DS to beg the IGP and his men, including all the invited guests, about his unwarranted behavior during the proceedings and asked for forgiveness. He was remorseful. The lesson learned is that, now that is Uncle Fred Chimensa, and this was his lesson that he learned. He said the lesson learned is that I won't blame Shatta, the lessons that he learned in terms of, Shatta behavior with the police and, other stuff. So he said the lesson learned is that I won't blame Shatta for recording since he was naive about the proceedings because of his late entry. But my advice to Shatta Wale is that he should control his temper when angry. It could have been worrying moment if the police had not acted professionally. Let's all support IGP and his men to deliver. Now, this was the message from Uncle Fred Chimensa, and to me, I felt when the news came out concerning Shatta Wale's, banter with the police, I thought, already your matter the police people them at the hand top. Already your matter today court. Wait, this one to come at. But at the end of the day, the statement read, tempers were calmed down, and then, Shatta Wale was brought back to the hall, and he apologized to the IGP and then his men, and also to the invited celebrities that came into the event. And I'm sure even during that time when Shatta Wale's voice, was talking on top of his voice, people will say, hey, this guy again, this guy, why they do like that? But Charlie, be easy. I understand Shatta Wale sometimes, Charlie, because you know if you more then I quite say like in your the bab. So in this case, I feel how I understand the feeling. I understand. If they like you dey school, then anytime we say like let's say you be average student, But anytime this particular teacher always they call you, yes, you, Blagogee, what do you know about this? Explain further and those kind of things. So every day I go there your top. You the bab, even the person where is chance of card, no call him, but it be you where them go call. You the bab. So I feel in this case, I mean, Shatta Wale, I mean, like as Fred Chamberlain, Uncle Fred Chamberlain said, he should try as much as possible to also control his anger. I mean, anger management, for try and control them on a celebrities. They are very important. I mean, but anyways, this was what Shatta Wale had to say. I mean, after the engagement with, IGP, Mr. Dampare and his entourage.
Yeah. What triggered you talking on top of your voice?
Well, I think, you know, it's a whole lot. You know, I just saw people taking out their phones and nobody was talking to them. So I felt, oh, let me just take my phone, because Fraternities has been one of my greatest, you know, actors that, you know, I really want to be with and, you know, do a movie with. So when he was talking, I felt what he was saying was so important to me that I had to keep it for myself. So I think I took a video and one of the officers came and was like, phones are not allowed. But, you know, people were taking pictures of me as I came. So, you know, I felt like it was a bit rude. But, you know, sometimes from where I was even coming from, somebody has stolen my 100 bags of cement, and some, you know, organization has gone on before I got there, so the tempers were high a bit. But, you know, that's why I got to apologize, because, you know, the IG, Mr. Kofi Boachi is my, you know, they are all like people who motivate me. Okay. Mr. Kosi Fori, they are my dad. So I was just like, let me just apologize.
Knelt down and pleaded to the IGP on behalf of the entertainers that we should be allowed to live our lives. What lives are you talking about?
For us to be who we are. For instance, Shatta is a musician, but when I dress like this to a place, somebody might see me and say he's a rascal boy. Meanwhile, I have properties. I'm taking care of people. We are paying school fees. Like, we are doing orphanage homes programs, like a whole lot of things that man is doing. But because of the way I look, somebody would think, oh, this guy, I'm going to see you trying to green. It's the primitive culture of ours that we need to change, because now technology has grown so fast that it's the kids. And you know, when IG was talking, he was like, sometimes the kids even show us, or no, Dr. The other Mr. Wano or something. Yes. He was talking about what the kids even show. You know, sometimes you want to download a song, you call your children. We should learn, because we respect our elders, but our elders should also learn to respect that this is our time. Because the things that are happening right now, the kids are showing us. We don't know it. So I believe they should give us that chance to live that, you know, artistic life. Because me like this, I can't pretend. Like, I can't say because it's IGP, I have to wear coat and tie and look very, you know, I feel like, no, IG knows who I am, you know. But sometimes I feel when our people see it to be like a disrespect, you know, like how rascal boy, they wear what dress, but it's the job. You understand me? This is my uniform.
Sit up with him.